I had lots of doubts about myself, in this process, whether or not I could do it. Then I ran into lots of doubters along the way. I had failures, I had fears, all of these things. Part of what I write about in my new book and is Undaunted Overcoming Doubts and Doubters is that I kept thinking that I'd like this product to be out in the market. I didn't have any experience. I had been a successful executive, but I, certainly didn't know what I was doing around beverages. I thought I have no idea how to get it on the shelf at the store. Then another hurdle with how do I actually create a shelf stable product? How do I figure out the distribution? I had lots of doubts about myself, in this process, whether or not I could do it. Then I ran into lots of doubters along the way. I had failures, I had fears, all of these things. And as I've been out speaking over the last few years about building my company, I would run into people who would make these huge statements about me, like after my talk, saying like, I'm so not like you. Like, I don't, I've had failures. I, didn't go to the right school. They'd put all these roadblocks in front of them. And I finally, a couple of years ago, started to say, I'm just like you. Like, I didn't have any of those things. And maybe I should even go back further and kind of share kind of why none of this should have been able to work. And by the way, like when I launched this company, I had 4 kids under the age of 6. Like it was like, there were a lot of things along the way that I just decided I'm going to go do this. Maybe I went slower. Maybe I, did lots of things. But I felt like through sharing my story about, the idea that if you actually go try and you really go out there and start to, chip away at the block a little bit, then you can actually accomplish a lot of things. And again, maybe it'll take you longer. Maybe it won't be exactly how you envisioned it to be. But when you start making, little tries, oftentimes those things add up to some kind of success and some sort of, energy and ability, and that gives you the perseverance. So that is my hope really for getting the story out there, is that people will recognize that, if you have an idea, and if you believe that, you don't have an experience, or you have all these ideas why you can't do it, if you really want to do it, I truly believe that you can if you get out of your own way.